Hey everybody, welcome to Hey We're Talking. Oh my goodness, behind the scenes, the stuff that happens. I've had some very, very technical issues happening. And for one listener in particular out there, Kaylee Snow, Queen of Cobbs, there will be no sound effects today, so you can laugh all the way to the bank, as they say.
Cheer on that one.
Yeah. Maybe I can just reenact them, Derek. What do you think?
She's probably not the only one who's
okay.
happy about that.
See? Did you hear what I did right there?
I heard it.
I'm making the coffee!
I've got one right here. Eat shit, Scott. See? Look at that.
No, it's changed. That changed. That's not true.
No, it's a different drop. That's all.
You made a new one?
There you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, welcome to Wednesday. Bob already ruined our clean rating by saying the S word.
You can beep it. That's all.
Oh, by the way, speaking of...
That's like the first time I cursed since the Chicago Pipe Show.
Really? Okay. That's good. I was talking to my mom and dad via FaceTime the other day, and we happened to be chatting, and my dad said something, and I said, "What the hell?" And as I said it, his face and my mom's face were just like, and I started laughing. I couldn't help myself, and I said, "I mean, what the heck?" And I just kept laughing, but they were not amused
by the word hell.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Just hell.
Well, some people are like that. Some people are sensitive to certain words.
I know. Derek, what do you think about me saying what the hell?
Well, I'm sorry that Mr. and Mrs. Donnelly are continually disappointed by their son.
Well, they're not the only one.
By his dirty language. Anyway, so it's Wednesday, which means we'll be winging it. In fact, before we even started the show, I think these guys were talking. So I had some kind of microphone and headphone issue. They were able to hear me. I was not able to hear them. They were talking about ideas for something they wanted to talk about. But we're literally coming into this one just like, I don't think there's anything special planned.
No, not at all.
That's why we call it Winging It Wednesday. It's like the very, we just show up and we talk about whatever's on our mind. And by the way, Scott, Bob and I were just bonding. We were just
that's
having
cool.
I
was glad. It was nice. I was watching you as I was frustrated. I watched you guys chat. It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay if Derek and I talk too.
Yeah.
Why are you turning this around on me?
You don't have to be involved in everything.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Derek, I wanted to ask you about this on the show today. Have you started watching Sneaky Pete on Amazon Prime?
I've seen seasons 1 and 2.
Oh, season 3 just came out last Friday.
I know.
It's amazing. Cheryl and I watched it so fast. It's such a good show. Bob, do you have Amazon Prime?
I have Amazon Prime, yeah.
You need to watch that. Okay, Derek, go ahead.
I don't watch the video stuff on there,
Oh, Bob, come on, dude.
I just haven't. I've never, went into it.
Yeah, there's quite a few shows on the Amazon Prime that are originals.
Yeah.
That Amazon makes. Jeff Bezos is just making all kinds. He's so busy. He's building Seattle. He's making TV shows. Scott, here's the thing. I've been so busy.
That's true.
The last couple weeks, I have been on my toes. I've been traveling. I went to the great city of Lubbock, Texas, a couple weeks ago.
Right.
Home of Texas Tech.
Okay.
Yeah, you love it? I love it.
I love it.
I'm sure that's a joke there, and everyone's like,
I
think that's an original, Bob. You just made that up.
I don't think so.
Well, you guys can take it if you're from
I've never heard it. And I don't really Lubbock at all.
Somebody does.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I did some trauma nursing course. I did a trauma nursing course up there a couple weeks ago, and then last week at a conference in San Antonio, Texas, on Thursday. So my boss hooked me up with a sweet hotel room,
like an actual
suite, gas
mileage, or like just a sweet hotel room.
The hotel room was like really sweet, but
not
it was
not a suite though.
It actually was a suite. I mean, it was like it had like a bedroom with the 2 queen size beds, and then like a living area with a bed.
Or with that was a couch. Sweet.
That's Mr. Big stuff right there.
It was a sweet.
Yeah.
And so I went there. I went to the conference on Thursday. My son and my wife, they Ubered all over the great city of San Antonio. My wife spent her money. My son spent his money. And then when they were done, they spent my money.
Of course.
Nice.
But we had a good time. We met up with Paris and his family.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys went out to dinner, had some cheesecake and stuff.
John had cheesecake at another restaurant.
Oh, okay.
We didn't have cheesecake at the place that Paris did. Yeah.
Okay.
It was good though.
I just remember piecing all your little Instagram stories together.
Yeah, I have no rhyme or reason for any of that. I have no method. I just pictures, Instagram, here you go.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty much.
And then after that I came back and I got back, and then the next day I went to work 4 days in a row. So this is like my first day off. I've been going.
Derek's on the move, everybody.
And so, but I'm here. I'm here to do the show and entertain the masses.
Why does that make me laugh when he says stuff like that? I don't understand. It just does.
Because the masses or the entertainment?
I don't know. It's just the way he says it.
So you don't think Derek's entertaining?
No, I do. He's very entertaining. He's an integral part of the show. He's ethically sourced.
About the masses. He is ethically sourced.
I'm a product of a married man and a woman, so yes, it was ethically
It was very
sourced.
ethical. Bob,
besides the cookie cloud incident, but
that's true.
We won't talk about that.
Bob, what's been going on with you?
That's just in my head. Man, things have been crazy. So basically, lately, all I've pretty much been doing is playing drums.
Yeah.
So Scott, I told you, but I've got this little concert I'm doing for a group. There's a group out here called 815, which is basically a musical opportunity for kids under 18 to perform. Usually there's, like a band, pianist, all this stuff that play music, and kids get to perform at local venues. So the drummer who is a student who usually does it is not available. So I was asked to do it, and I was pretty much given 9 days to completely learn 7 songs. So that's pretty much all. And it's songs that I don't normally listen to, not my type of music. So that's pretty much all I've been spending my time doing, is just playing drums outside of this show and work and family and all that stuff.
And cooking dinner at 8:00 at night and stuff like that.
No, man. No, we've been doing dinner usually 5, 6 o'clock.
What?
Because my wife, because with my wife fasting, she needs to eat before she leaves for the gym and all that stuff, because she doesn't want to eat dinner at 8:30, 9 o'clock anymore. Okay. So, because that messes with her fast. So we've been doing it earlier.
Okay. That's interesting. So here's what's going on in my neck of the woods. First of all, we finally had a 70-degree day here in Michigan. My gosh. What is it? It's only May 15th, and this is the first day we've had 70 degrees here in Michigan. It's been raining like crazy. The guy who cuts our grass, actually, I've been bugging him because our grass was 10 inches tall. I'm not even kidding. So this guy finally comes over on Saturday, does the front yard, goes into the back, and just sinks. I mean, literally gets stuck in the backyard twice.
Wow.
So he got a little bit of the backyard done, and then there's just this huge tall grass. He might come back hopefully tomorrow and do some stuff. But we had to call somebody to come out here where I live. The township actually, because they know there was some poorly engineered design of residential homes and the way they let them be set up and stuff in the neighborhoods. I get drainage from the next door neighbor, and we're talking tons of water comes down onto my backyard, and it's terrible. So our township actually does something that will actually help you with the cost of fixing that, which is going to be substantial. But we talked to a guy. We talked to a guy today, and we'll see how that goes. My guess is it's going to be so much money that I'll be like, we can't do anything. We're just going to have to
Why don't you have Guero or whoever worked on Derek's stuff come out to you and just get it done?
Right.
What was his name?
Garza?
Garza. Yeah,
there you
Garza's
go.
well
Guerrero.
known, man. Garza's got the hookup on all this stuff. I got a whole
Have
bunch of
Garza
jobs
come
for
out there and
Garza.
Get it taken care of.
Yeah. I would love to
He
hire
does great
Garza.
work.
I don't know if his range extends all the way up to to Gross Island.
It would be nice if it could. By the way, speaking of my little township here in Groseal, we have like a little page on Facebook it's like Groseal Now. It's for residents of Groseal.
Can I just join it?
No, they ask you where you live and stuff.
Yeah, I'll just put in your address.
Scott can vouch for us.
Right.
It would be fun if you could see some of the stuff because what happens is, again, social media is like literally the downfall of Western civilization. Okay. I'm a good example of that because all I do is post political crap on Facebook all the time.
Right. Oh yeah.
But
Word.
But remind me to say something about Word, by the way. But the thing that happened on this Groseal Now thing is people say stuff on there and people just literally destroy them. This lady posted something about somebody picking flowers at this park in Trenton, which is a city next to us. And she was like, to the lady who decided to pick the flowers, those aren't for you. Those are for everybody. And it was around Mother's Day. And people were just like, get over yourself, lady. Maybe she needed to give some flowers to somebody for Mother's Day. You don't know her story. And people ravaged her. And I was just like, this is so funny.
Well, it's the same. There's the same kind of stuff. Like we have there's a Facebook group for the high school class of 2021 for my son. You know, it's all the parents are in there. And you should see some of the drama and some of the stuff that happens. Talking smack, you know, there's a fight in school. Everybody's on there. All the parents are on there like, you know, these kids are terrible. Mm-hmm. You know, they all need to get expelled, lock them all up and this and that. And they just go off. And then you get parents fighting against each other.
I know.
And it's like, who's the adult and who's the kid here? You guys sound just as bad as half of these kids. So it's like, you always get that stuff.
All right. I'm gonna comment 3 things for Scott.
Okay, go.
All right,
go.
First of all, your flower lady set herself up to be savage.
Yeah.
You know, because she was already aggressive out the gate.
Yeah.
Second of all, you used the word township 3 times.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that is.
It's not it's not a city. It's a township. So it's like I think it's just like a smaller version of a city. It's not a full-fledged like city, I guess.
So call it a town.
It's called a township. I don't know what to tell you.
So we have like our town, Crest Hill, is a town, but we're part of Lockport Township.
See?
But we're a town though. Like we have a town name.
But you're part of a township.
But we are part of a township, which is just a neighboring city.
Right. I don't know what to tell you. We're a township.
All right, and number 3.
Okay.
Get your water drainage situation fixed, Scott.
I will, but I'm not made of money.
If you
should be.
Your wife is.
No. Together we are not made of money.
Look, you cannot.
Well, you need to find a new spouse then, because I have a wife who's now. I'm teasing Cheryl.
You have to get. You can't have your backyard a swamp and your lawnmower guy sink into it.
I agree.
So get it fixed.
I will do my best.
Drain it out.
I will do my best. All right.
Do it.
I will. It's gonna,
right.
I just know it's going to cost a lot of money.
The second.
It's going to take 6 weeks for it to even happen. So
I just don't understand how places that get all that rain, how you can even keep it mowed.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. We can't keep it mowed right now because it's rainy right now. But during the summertime, when we moved here in September, it was dry as a bone because it wasn't raining all the time. So the mowing was easy when it's dry, but when it rains, oof.
We got about 6 inches of rain over 12 days. So it rained. It really rained 9 of 12 days, and we're still flooding here. Like we still have rivers high. We still have, because for whatever reason, the state that I'm in, Illinois, sucks, and the infrastructure is not there to move the water the way it needs to be moved. Now, Jimmy, down in Houston, they literally got like 10 inches of rain in 2 hours, and like everything was flooded. And then a few hours later, it's all gone.
Yeah. Yeah, the
How does that happen?
a bunch of the
Because it rolls
cities
downhill into the ocean.
a bunch of the cities around here got like we're getting federal like emergency money because of the flooding that happened in the Detroit area. There's cities like Dearborn and Dearborn Heights. Their houses were up to their houses in water. Oh, just from the rain.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
I'm glad the rain. I heard we're supposed to get some kind of storm, but I'm glad for the most part the major rain's gone. I mean, it's been brutal.
Yeah.
And it sucks for fishing. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
guys,
The fishing.
West Texas is wide open.
It is. And dusty, you said, though.
Yeah, I mean you have to go a little ways from time to time to find your fish, but there are people like my father-in-law owned a fishing boat for a very, very long time. And they would take trips to fish to go fishing and everything. Well, I got into shooting clay pigeons, and so
That's fun.
And so he got rid of his boat. He started buying shotguns and like a golf cart to do that stuff with. And then my mother-in-law blamed me for it. She got very upset. She was like, Kim got rid of his boat
because of you.
Because of you and your shotgun
clay
stuff.
pigeon shooting.
I have no idea. I didn't do anything. He makes his own decisions.
I've got both.
You're very persuasive, Tant.
I didn't even try anything. I just invited him out to my parents' house when my dad gave me the shotgun, and I was like, let's get one of them clay pigeon launcher things. And so we started shooting clay pigeons, and I just invited like my brothers and my father-in-law, and they were like, this is really, really fun.
Heck yeah, it is.
I like how you do the voices of them. It's really, really fun.
It's weird that everyone in Texas has deep voices.
Yeah,
everybody talks like this.
They do. They do.
They're a little bit slow and
It's like, I love you, Derek. Thanks, Mom. I appreciate it.
I was talking to my mother-in-law. She's like, hey, Derek, why'd you get him to sell his boat?
Okay, I want to tell you this thing because I've heard it on a number of different TV shows recently. You know how you used to be able to say like word or like, I mean, I never really said that unless I said it as a joke, but now there's a different form of word. Like it used to be like word to your mother and all, that kind of stupid stuff. Now it's like if someone says something and you're like kind of questioning it or something, you'll be like, oh, word? Have you heard people do this?
No.
I've been watching different TV shows and there are people who be like, oh, word? Oh, word. Word?
With a question mark at the end?
And I was like, when did word become a question?
Maybe it's one of those words that's becoming multifaceted.
Well, there's tons of words that don't make sense with the kids these days. Now I sound old.
That's true. That's true. But it's on there's a show that Tracy Morgan has on TBS. I think it's called The Last OG. And I watched that. It's pretty funny. And they're like, oh, word? And Cheryl happened to be in the room and she was like, what the heck does that mean? I go, I think it's like if somebody's like, oh, really? It's kind of like going, oh, really?
They took place of the word really with word.
Yeah, they're just like, oh,
I'm going to try that on my kids and see what See what happens.
Oh, I want you to report back on that. Hey, speaking of reporting.
I'll try to do it before Friday.
Yes, do it. Speaking of reporting, report yourself over to NumaCoffee.com. That's PNEUMA coffee.com. Pick up some coffee from Chris Bean. The guy's just amazing. He makes great coffee. It's super tasty. My mom was talking about they're enjoying a little vacation time together, and she said, I can't wait to get back home because I want to get some of that decaf coffee. I said, what kind of decaf coffee, Mom? She goes, that place, Numa? I said, yes. Go to NumaCoffee.com, PNEUMA coffee.com. And
tell your mom to put in the coupon code HWT for 20% off.
Trust me, I will. And my dad's Scottish. She's definitely going to get the discount. HWT for 20% off your coffee. That's Numa Coffee. We love Chris. And Derek, he makes what kind of coffee?
Ethically sourced.
Heck yeah. Or should I say for my parents, hell yeah.
Chris, if you want to steal that, go ahead and steal that.
I know.
Ethically sourced coffee.
It's probably on his
line.
website, don't you think? I wonder if it is. Chris, tell us if on your website it says ethically sourced.
No, because it's direct trade.
Yes. That's why it's ethical. That's why Derek said that.
Right, of course. So steal it. It's fine. You own it now, Chris.
I'm telling you, when you think about the stuff that Derek contributes to the show, sometimes you think to yourself, the guy's kind of annoying. But when you think about all the great entertaining things that he's added to this show, he's indispensable. He really is. Word? On that note, we will talk to you on Friday. Fresh Pots!